Hi and welcome to Birds with Bottle.
We've got a thing about wine.
And we want you to have a think about wine too.
Now this week we decided to look at old world whites, but to try something new.
Yeah, because we like to try something a bit strange, like to try something a bit different. Even us, we want to go out of our comfort zone and try something that we're not so familiar with and maybe you won't be familiar with.
Something strange and interesting.
So let's launch in. Our first choice this week, it's a Grüner Veltliner. It's from
Austria.
Yeah. And it's a Taste the Difference Sainsbury's bottle, $7.99. Let me stretch over there and get it.
If you look, the Austrian wines have this little thing on their screw caps.
Now, I know some of you are going to be thinking, Austrian wine? Antifreeze, like it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
And people are still harping back to that. It's a bit worrying, isn't it? Because Austria have come so far from there.
They have really sorted themselves out. They are absolutely squeaky clean now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, let's see what this one's like.
This has got dark colour, hasn't it?
It has, absolutely.
Now, Gruner's meant to smell of white pepper or celery salt. That's the sort of perceived aroma. I can get celery salt on that, yeah.
Yeah, there's some of that on there.
It's bone dry, and it's not a fruity wine at all, is it?
No, and it has such a clean taste about it.
Clean and acidic. It's a food wine, definitely.
Yeah, in fact it's got very popular among posh restaurants.
Yeah.
It's going down very well on their
it's
menu.
The new thing.
Yeah, because it is so food friendly. And I remember the restaurant Table by the Thames having a whole sea bass and chips and a bottle of this.
And this, fantastic.
And it was just heaven, absolutely heaven. So
this is the wine.
Yeah.
It's so clearly and screamingly good quality, isn't it?
It is.
It's pure, linear, dry to within an inch of its life. Absolutely delicious. But if you like a fat, ripe Chardonnay from Australia, this you're probably not going to like because it is searingly acidic. It is biting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Right, for our second wine, we are hopping to Hungary. It's Patricius Tokai Ferment, 2008. Available from Waitrose. It's $9.99 a bottle.
Now this is an interesting wine. You probably know the Hungarian Tokai dessert wine. It's a wine, it's a delicious, acidic, but very, very, very sweet wine. It's made from botrytized grapes, which have gone mouldy on the vine, which is what they want. But in some years, the mould just never happens, and so they're forced to make a dry wine. Ferment is the grape. It's a bit strange, this wine, but I absolutely love it. Very dark colour.
And the thing about strange wines is it's quite difficult to introduce them to your friends because they don't know what to expect. They're used to a Sauvignon or a Chardonnay, and then suddenly you produce this. The bottle looks lovely, but it's like, ooh, whatever. So let's see what we think of it.
Oh, it's a lovely smell, isn't it?
Oh, that's a very good nose.
Sort of honeyed. It's a bit. If it is honey, then it's a sort of peasant honey. It's some dirty brown coloured, gorgeous, yummy honey.
In some nice earthenware pot.
In an earthenware pot, absolutely.
And it's there on the palate as well, isn't it?
It is so full of flavour. That really is intense.
Yeah. Some baked apple, loads more honey.
Almost cinnamon, really.
But
it's
dry.
Absolutely dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is...
it tastes like a sweet wine without the sugar. It's got so many interesting flavours in it. But it is a bit odd.
Yeah.
And, difficult to introduce to your friends. Like trying to introduce a new man to your friends. You're sort of desperate for them to like him, but you just...
But in the case of this wine, you'd definitely be proud to introduce them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because once they've got a flavour of this, hopefully they're going to be sold as one.
Absolutely. And it's quite nice when you when you're plating up the pudding in the kitchen and someone comes in and says, "Oh, like the nice man," you know, you feel, yeah. So with this wine,
well, I guess I'd want them to be rushing in and going, I like your Tokai.
yeah, I like this Tokai.
Yeah, definitely. We'd like some more of this.
And our third wine is a Domaine Saint Rose Barrel Selection Roussanne from the south of France. The Roussannes are great that they use in the south of France and in the Rhône, and it's got quite a spicy taste. This one is £8.99 in Waitrose, and it's rather good.
This is quite interesting. In fact, it's made by a British couple down there. Charles and Ruth Simpson, who gave up international careers to go and explore their passion for wine and have their own vineyard.
Lovely. Just a dream of quite a lot of us.
I think so, especially on a day like today when it's not very warm.
Absolutely.
And wouldn't we love to be down there doing that?
Again, another wine with deep dark colour.
Yeah, really, really golden and rich looking.
It's definitely oaky.
Almost a sort of slight, I don't know, nut smell about it to me.
Very full flavoured. A really tasty big wine.
Yeah.
Very the oak isn't nastily structuring it, but it sort of builds a little fence around the wine. There is definite structure.
But if you were trying to make a comparison, this is much more Ashton Kutcher than it would be, say, Michael McIntyre.
Yeah, it is. It has got the stature, and it's but it's so interesting. It's got the stature of gorgeous Ashton, but also with the interest of Michael, I think.
A wine for everything then. Domaine Saint Rose have a lot of really nice wines. I've tasted quite a few of them. The Majestic sell quite a lot of them, like La Nuit Blanche, which is a favourite of mine. And they're very food friendly.
This is definitely for a more tasty dish, isn't it? It's
yes. Yes, it's not a light seafood wine. It's
delicious.
Right, for our last wine, we've frog leaped. Or was it frog leapt? I don't know. Frog leapt to France for a Alsace Gewürztraminer. It's Taste the Difference from Sainsbury's. 09 vintage, and it's £7.49.
And actually, Taste the Difference does mean something.
Yeah, it does.
They are good wines. It's worth paying that little bit extra to get the Taste the Difference. It now says it on the capsule, doesn't it? Taste the Difference, and not very loudly on the front label.
No,
in fact, barely at all on the front label.
It's quite subtle, that.
Yeah.
Unlike the wine.
Yeah.
The only trouble with Gewürztraminer is that it's quite difficult to pronounce.
Certainly is.
And people don't really know how to say it, and
it complicates their mind, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, Gewürztraminer has the most outstandingly pretty smell, doesn't it?
Oh yes, it does. Very attractive.
It's all roses and lychees. I quite often get Nivea on Gewürztraminer, actually.
Really?
I'm just saying, can you Nivea?
You know, now you've said it, it is there.
And they're usually not quite bone dry. There's usually, this one in fact has got 14 grams of residual sugar. And if you think that a normal dry white wine would go up to 4 grams, and if you think that Sauterne vintage port are usually 100 grams, this is just sort of starting on a little bit of residual sugar.
But it makes these wines very good with Thai food, Chinese food, curry.
It is floral, really floral, really sweet girly wine.
But sublime.
It's absolutely delicious. Now, we've looked at 4 very unusual wines because we wanted something that was different and that was a bit interesting. We weren't looking for the Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt look. We were looking for something more.
Yeah, something more James McAvoy. Yeah. Javier Bardem.
Oh, certainly him. Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I love Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, and you see, they're not called Tom or Brad. They've got interesting names, impossible to spell. Like
like the wines.
But great and interesting wines these are.
And definitely something a bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. So till next week.
Yeah, try these out. See you then.
Yeah.